if you're relying on other people for money,
Yeah.
you're compromised.
That's right.
And your vision will be compromised, and the two are related. They're not on separate paths. They're on the exact same path.
Yeah.
Like when you're thinking about something, you really got to think of it as a whole and not let people take, like it's like a sweater. They just keep taking strings out of it for random reasons. And then you just got like this thoroughbred sweater, threadbare sweater.
Well, I think that's one of the things. Like, how do you defend your sweater when for the most part they're the ones that control the money?
I think you just get in, and this is, I think from now on, I'm just don't want to get into situations where people want to pull the strings on the sweater.
Right.
That's just the easiest way to do it.
Right.
And it's to say no.
Right.
Right.
No, I'm not going to enter into this because you can unravel the sweater.
And I think you have to be you have to be honest with yourself. Well, what situation am I getting into?
Right.
Because
I do this all the time. Because I want so desperately to make more movies. I think willfully deny what I know is going to be a booby trap, just so that I can get out of the starting gate and make a movie. But more often than not, those particular movies, I end up working with sweater unravelers.
Yeah.
And so then your soul gets chipped away.
Yeah, exactly.
And you get bitter and you want to kill
Yeah,
someone.
I think that's what happens. I mean,
right, basically.
They're going to be people just want to unravel just for random reasons.
Ego, I think, really what it is. Or I don't know what it is.
What it is, most people don't care.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like most people just don't give a shit.
Right.
Like, I don't screw movies, right?
Yeah.
Just take movies off the table. I just like anything where somebody clearly, totally gives a shit.
Completely with you. That's
Like,
the only thing that's worth anything.
Yeah, it's only like
Right.
I went to like Luda Bites. This is a restaurant. Luda, whatever his name is, a French dude.
Right.
I went to that restaurant. You could taste every ounce of love in that stuff. You
Right.
have to get like on a lottery to win to go to the restaurant. Like I don't care. Serve me whatever you got.
Right.
I want to taste the love.
Right.
That's all I want.
I think that's what makes the process difficult when you're dealing with financing that's not your own, which is more. I've never had my own financing, because somebody is potentially messing with something that shouldn't be messed with, and that's why there's so many what people perceive as lousy movies. I don't think there are a lot of lousy movies accidentally. I think there might have been a lot better movies had not they been messed with by people who felt that they needed to touch it and get in the way. It's like adding ingredients to something that shouldn't be there.
Well, that's when I go back to the whole coursework analogy. It's chemistry and English and philosophy and math, but with them it's just math. But it's fuzzy math because their math doesn't really work.
Right.
So any chemistry thing, like it always had like you always like, why did they cast this guy?
Right.
Like Patton Oswalt has this whole bit about like trying to do the Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, we could get, I forgot who it was, the guy, Owen Wilson.
Right.
And it's like, but that's not Walter Mitty.
Right.
Yeah, screw Walter Mitty.
Yeah, that's going to get made.
Just do the Owen Wilson thing.
Right.
Well, then what are we doing? I'm confused. Even after Black Dynamite, I always get in the situation, like I'll meet with business guys, and they're like, okay, that thing that you were trying to do based on this, that this is the story, okay, just throw that out. We need we need the blonde from Germany.
Right.
Everything is, we just need the blonde from Germany.
Well, I think when you're not a creative person, but you do have a creative control in a certain in a certain respect, it becomes about trying to apply statistics and formulas and things that are commonly used in business to ensure success. But the thing about it is that doesn't apply to art.
It doesn't work in business either.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, Steve Jobs has a vision. There are 100, the world's full of worthless people, basically. People who just are talkers who have no idea about shit.
Right, they just talk. Right,
they just
exactly,
talk.
right.
And they're visionaries, and then there are people who are just like, blah, 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 we need a blonde from Germany.
Right.
Everybody's that person.
I pretty much
like,
agree.
for instance, I'll bring this up, whatever. I was going to do I was talking about doing a reverse different strokes.
Okay.
Right? I was like, okay, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's just, and like, we had this meeting, and they were like, okay, well, they can't be kids. They got to be a little older. I was like, well, then.
How's a different stroke?
Okay, well, then what?
Right.
And now I think I'm at a stage where I'm just like, okay, well,
don't do it.
I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I'm going to die.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like 40. I'll be 45 this year.
Right.
I got like, do a movie every 2 years if I'm lucky, every 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, or whatever I'm going to do. I'm not going to spend like, 6 months or a year on something that's just so severely compromised just from Jump Street. Now, maybe it'll get compromised along the way. Right. And, my bad if that's what happens.
Right.
But if I'm walking into a situation, like the first thing is like, it's like, okay, well, this Black Dynamite's really great. Let's make him white. No. Okay, I'm done. But that's what Hollywood is. It's constantly that.
Get your film fix. Subscribe to Cinefix.